Join us for our travels from Harrisburg International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth via Chicago O'Hare on American Eagle and American Airlines. Before departing for Harrisburg, we made sure to check on our flight status via American's iPhone app. All flight information showed on-time arrivals and departures for our trip. We got in the car and headed to Harrisburg for our morning departure. It was a quick and easy commute to the airport. We checked in at the American Eagle ticket counter and received our boarding pass in no time. We boarded for our flight from gate C1 and departed for Chicago. We arrived in Chicago in good time and with a great view from the window seat. We actually arrived in Chicago early that morning and were one of the several flights waiting for a few minutes for our arrival gate to become free. After arriving and exiting the American Eagle aircraft, we headed for our gate H-17 for our American Airlines departure to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. When we arrived, we were pleased to see that our departing flight to Dallas-Fort Worth was on time for departure. It was a full flight of folks heading to Dallas and connecting onward beyond Dallas to other cities served by American Airlines. Boarding at gate H-17 for our departure was quick. The gate agents provided clear instructions on which zones boarded the aircraft when. Our flight from ORD to DFW was also full. When we arrived at our gate in Dallas, we were clearly arriving in the American Airlines terminal. At DFW, the jetway was marked with our bag claim information and how to get there to retrieve our checked bags. We exited our arrival gate and headed for the airport's exit as we had no checked bags for this trip. Along the way, there were information kiosks with friendly airport staff to answer any questions we might have had. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is chock full of helpful wayfinding signage. The exit and baggage claim signs for arriving passengers were helpful and efficient, and we found the curbside easily. Our return trip home proved the signage to be just as helpful and easy for departing passengers at DFW. We quickly and easily located the American Airlines ticket counters. It was not far of a walk from the entrance of DFW. The self-check-in kiosks sped up the departure process. We quickly received our freshly printed boarding passes and were on our way. It was easy to find the checkpoint at DFW because it was identified by a large wishbone statue. Once through the checkpoint, we took some time to explore our surroundings and headed to the departure gate. We had to head upstairs to DFW Skylink to get to another terminal to reach our departure gate. We rode Skylink to the A terminal. Gate A14 was packed, but it was no trouble to locate. Before we knew it, it was time to depart DFW and head back to Chicago on American Airlines. Our winged chariot awaited us at the gate. Everyone got settled in to their seats and we departed for Chicago O'Hare. Our flight from Dallas to Chicago was over before we knew it. We arrived in Chicago with some time to explore the terminal before arriving at gate G6A for our departure from ORD to MDT. Again, gate G6A was clearly marked and very clean. Very soon after our arrival at the gate, it was time to board the plane for our departing flight to Harrisburg. When our zone was called to board, we showed our boarding pass and then made our way down the jetway. We were departing ORD for MDT in this swanky American Eagle aircraft. We were one of many American Eagle arrivals and departures available at Chicago. We had a short flight from Chicago back to Harrisburg International Airport and an efficient deplaning when we got to MDT. Gate C1 at MDT is just a short walk back to the arrivals area. It was great to be back home in Harrisburg after an efficient, low-key, and pleasant trip with American Eagle and American Airlines.